Well, one show we know is headed our way from Marvel Studios, and this is straight from Marvel head of streaming and TV, Brad Wonderbaum, is Nova. And now we've started to get a series of reports that seem to break down what's going on with this series and who could be returning from the Nova Corps. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about this report, where it comes from, the validity of the source, and if it's true, what it would mean for the upcoming series. Now, honestly guys, I think one of the most promising projects coming up from Marvel Studios is Nova. He is one of the coolest superheroes in the Marvel Universe, and personally, I bought the issue #1 as a kid, and he's always had a special place in my heart. Now, the Nova Corps was first introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy, but at the end of the first film, we really didn't get a lot more about the intergalactic peacekeepers, and by the time Infinity War rolled around, well, for all we knew, Xandar was destroyed and the Nova Corps along with it. Now, since then, we found out Nova is set to return as a Disney Plus series, and now we've got a couple of new interesting details from My Time to Shine Hello. Now, I want to put a huge caveat in front of this because My Time to Shine is not an official source and is far from Marvel Studios. Additionally, most of these reports kind of fall into the duh category, and this is something that leakers do because it's very likely true just based on the storytelling properties of what's going on, and because they take advantage of this, sometimes it's hard to differentiate between scoop and an obvious path. Now, what My Time to Shine is saying is that two characters from the previous Guardians of the Galaxy movie will be returning, and that will be Glenn Close as Nova Prime and John C. Reilly as Demon Ray. Now, for many of us, these characters were believed killed in Infinity War, but it does make sense some of them would have survived the attack from Thanos, well, at least half of them, and seeing them return, well, could be pretty cool. Now, at this point, there are a ton of questions regarding the series. Probably first and foremost, who will don that Nova helmet? Now, some of the reports seem to indicate that Nova Prime will appear in a cameo role, but John C. Reilly will escape the destruction of Xandar with the artifact helmet, settle on Earth, and potentially help train the new Nova. In the comics, this would have been Richard Rider. But we've had a whole series of reports that seem to indicate that we are going to get both characters, Richard Rider and Sam Alexander. Now, Sam Alexander came around in Marvel .1 one-shot way back in November 2011 and then picked up his own series in 2013. In this particular version, the team inherited the Nova helmet from his missing father, and then officially took up the mantle after being trained by Gamora and Rocket Raccoon. Now, in the MCU, we know they're going to make a lot of changes, and I highly suspect what we're going to see is John C. Reilly come to Earth with the helmet, and most likely whoever picks up the mantle of Nova, I suspect it will be Sam Alexander, will be a young person who finds the helmet, or maybe even nabs the helmet from John C. Reilly, to face off against some intergalactic threat that will definitely be pinpointing that artifact. Now, honestly, I would rather see a Richard Rider version, but for the Marvel Universe moving forward, a younger version of the character, like Sam Alexander, kind of makes a lot of sense. I really doubt the series will introduce two versions of the character, but in any case, just the simple fact that Nova is about to come to life in the MCU is a huge deal. Now, at this point, the question is when? And as Brad Wonderbaum has said before, timing is relative, but it is a character they've been working on for a long time, and the cosmic end of storytelling is the sweet spot of the Nova Corps and Nova himself. So I think we should probably look at the upcoming schedule, try to see where that fits in. If you've noticed, up till Secret Wars, not a lot of cosmic stories, just the Fantastic Four. So I don't believe Nova will come to life until post-Secret Wars, but that really is not that far out, and we could be teased with the existence of the character long before. Heck, the Richard Rider version of the character could absolutely be in Secret Wars, and then we see Sam Alexander come to life in the post-616 world that Marvel's going to bring us after that event. How it all works out, well, we're going to have to wait and see.